Listen, 4 kids, man.
Right.
Scaling up this business. A wife.
That's phenomenal, man.
Listen,
got a potent seed over there.
That man seed work, goddammit.
Bro.
Hey, how you balance it out, man?
Man, honestly, bro, I don't even know. I don't even know. Like,
good answer, goddammit. Good answer.
Like for real, like I think so let me speak directly to the real estate business, right? This is crazy. This was back in when I first this is like, this might have been after 2015. I talked to my man Elijah Rubin. He out of Phoenix. I was like, yo, you got any advice for me as I'm, on the way to, building my business and stuff like that? He was like, yeah, man. He was like, first things first, just gave me the breakdown of like business in itself, like the marketing and stuff like that. And then he told me straight up, he said, yo, your hardest thing is not going to be making deals and getting money, right? The hardest shit for you to do is going to be to build this while you're running a family at the same time. He told me this straight up. He said, that shit is going to be hard as hell. And you're not going to have the same set of circumstances as other individuals have, where it's just them or maybe them and their wife is getting money and he can fall back and just do his thing and let her take care of the bills for a minute. You don't have that setup. He said, so the money that you make has to actually go to like taking care of your family. It's not one of those like I got something else going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the challenges. And what I will say is that the way that I harmonize it or keep it in rhythm more so than balance, because there's no balance with this shit. I promise you, this shit is not balanced at all. But what I do is I have a conversation up front, right? I told my wife probably like a year and a half ago, like, yo, I'm on a mission, like straight up. I don't give if it ain't directly associated with this mission that I'm on, like straight up. And I told her, I said, your main job is to keep all bullshit away from me while I'm on this mission. Just like that. She was like, what you mean? I'm like, I don't give a fuck about who baby daddy did what, who upset, who got drama in the family because such and such said this. I don't want to hear none of that shit. And if I'm not around, and the time that this is going to take away from the family, just understand there's a reasoning behind it, and I'm not here just for no reason. You got to be clear. You got to communicate that shit up front. Otherwise, they're gonna be looking at you weird, like you acting funny. You don't ever want to be home. You're always working. Right. Like, yes, I'm working. I'm on a fucking mission. And the mission that I'm on is beneficial to you and everybody attached to me. So at the end of the day, we all should be on a mission. Like it should be okay with you.
I'd be damned if that road not the most clear shit I ever heard.
Like it should be okay with you. Yeah. Like I just made it straight clear. So, but at the same time, right? You can take that approach, but there's a caveat to this because at the same time, you still got to be a leader. You still got children. So I have to purposefully dedicate, like, all right, yo, next Thursday, I'm going to take them all out to eat. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Kick it. I'm a no phone, keep the phone low, right? As much as I can, right? And really just be there and vibe with them. When I come home, let me get that little 30 minutes to an hour in playing, throwing them on the couch, right? All right, cool. All right, go get in the shower now, right? Let me get these little moments in, this little time in when I can. And I think about the long game. It's like, yo, I'm going to do this right now because I'm doing it while with the aspect of setting myself up for freedom and not having to be so engaged in the day-to-day. When I'm not so engaged in the day-to-day, that provides more time for me to spend my time with you all the time, but it allows me more freedom to organize my time to give you more dedicated spaces.
I like that.
Say that one again. So the purpose of the freedom is to do what now?
The purpose of the freedom is not just to allow me time to just hang out and kick it with y'all. Okay. See, the idea of a woman, like, let's go woman, right? If a woman says, your company is built, it's running, they don't need you, like, you should be able to kick it. What you talking about? Like, it's a whole new, like, once that goal is hit, there's a whole new goal. I always tell everybody this, like, yo, what's your goal? I mean, which goal? This one or the one that, you feel me? Like, right. I'm on a 20-year plan right now in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in I think right now year 2.5 going into year 3 of the plan. And no matter how many ups and downs that we have, when you look at the totality picture of the plan, we right on schedule, right? So I tell her, I'm like, look, the purpose is not for me to be able to just be all wild with my time. I'm all available. The purpose is to do this and move to the next phase of the plan. But the next phase of the plan, I'm playing the game at a different level. I'm not playing it as a player. I'm playing it as an executive. You see what I'm saying? Like, you building the business, you a player in the game.
Right.
You might be a coach player, but you playing in the game. When you an executive in the top box in the suite, you're not playing shit. You putting the people in position to run the plan. You feel what I'm saying? And you're having the vision, and you're putting everything in motion and making sure that the right people in place to push you to that next level. So the level of work that's going to take for me to do that is a different type of work. But that doesn't mean I'm not still grinding and I'm just here available for y'all day to day. That just means that I can say, okay, I don't got to be on the phone for 4 hours. Maybe I can take this hour here and go have lunch with them.
Right. Or you know, you take, instead of taking your girl out to, you know, the baseball game at, you know, nosebleed tickets, you taking it to the Falcon joint, you know, floor seats, or Hawks joints, floor seats. You know,
when they experience the change in life that the work that you put in allows and gives them. That's when it's like, okay, I respect it. Say less. I'll do whatever the fuck you want me to do.
The appreciation kicks in.
Appreciation kicks in.
Because some people, at the end of the day, you know, when they don't see the harvest, all they see is just the sacrifice.
Yes.
And all they see is you sacrificing them.
Yep.
And that hurts them. I mean, that hurts everybody. Nobody likes sacrifice. We live in a generation that's anti-sacrifice. As a matter of fact. So the thing about it is, once they see the fruits, I think that's a huge point. That's why they say once I make it, everybody want to get on when they see you made it. Of course, they see the fruits now. Oh, okay, this why you going? Bye, baby. I'll see you when you get back home.
Think about you doing something. You telling your girl, yo, I'm on it. I'm doing this shit. Boom. We in motion, right? And you doing this for 3, 4, 5 years, right? And she never sees any harvest. Think about trying to plant some shit and never seeing nothing come out the ground. It's obvious why she's like, man, fuck that, or she's frustrated, or she's pissed. The sacrifice doesn't change.
Right.
I was telling him, it's not that sacrifice ever stops. It's that the level of sacrifice should be different.
Right.
Right. So you might in the beginning be sacrificing going out to eat. Right. So we're going to eat at home. But once you crack through a certain level, the sacrifice shouldn't be no more, we can't go out to eat. The sacrifice should be, all right, well, listen, you know, I can't get the Chanel bags this month. Just for an example, you feel me? Because you should not be in the same place of sacrifice for an extended period of time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're in the same place of sacrifice, there's no progression. So why should she trust you?
And that has to be highlighted, because the risk is on both ends. Like, she's also, by supporting the mission, your mission, she is also risking security in the future. She's also risking time that could potentially have been wasted on somebody who talked the big game but couldn't go out and execute. Exactly. So I do think, you know, a chick who really is down with you, you know, you got to make sure that you do, like you say, show the fruits.
You can't take advantage of her being down.
You can't take advantage of that. And you cannot expect her to be down forever either. So you got to get the shit moving.
An important piece that I mean, you named some key pieces that I want to go back and touch on. One, vision, right? Because that's a big part of how a woman can also, before the harvest comes, if you paint out a vision, all of a sudden they can still be on board. They don't necessarily have to see the fruits.
Exactly.
Women like a plan and a vision. Yep. So you got that plan and the vision down, they'll still be down for sacrifice. I mean, the fruit's going to have to come eventually, guys. Because you got to execute it.
Sooner than later.
A part of the vision is fruits.
But how about this? Not really for her, for you.
Right.
Really for you. Like, what's the point of going hard and doing all this if you never get the win?
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? Like, you have to get the win. Bro, I'm telling you, think about when you in the sport, basketball, and your team might go 6-74 for the season. There's no morale. It's kind of hard to come to work and play.
It is.
Right? And let's say you do that for 2-3 seasons. You've now created a culture of losing and not winning. And it's hard to grow in a culture, an arena, and in an energy like that. You have to get some type of win. And it's not for her, it's for you, so that you can keep going.
So you can want to be in your own fucking team.
And at the level you playing, it's for us.
Yeah. At this point, it's for us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was telling my team, I had to get rid of somebody the other day doing some snake stuff on the squad, like sneaking deals or crazy shit. Like, we talk about it, you know what I'm saying, on camera. But, yo, like, I had to get rid of him. And I told my team, I said, listen, I'm dead serious about this shit. And it ain't because of me, particularly what I got going on. This operation feeds 30 fucking people.
Right.
Like, You know what I'm saying?
Like you got an economy going on.
Bro, it's a whole situation going on, right? Your kids eat off of this shit. Yeah. Right? So there's no way that we can take or stand for somebody coming in and being a snake. You know what I'm saying? Stealing things, not being trustworthy and transparent. You got to cut them at the head, and they got to go immediately. Immediately. You know what I'm
saying? But here's a second thing that I liked, because I think this is something that I think is lacking, especially as generations persist and confusion persists in relationships. You talked about the role that you wanted your woman to play in your relationship and really in the empire.
He first identified the role, and then you set the expectation of how long that role was going to last.
Now that's big. That's big. So this is what I want. This is what I want to talk about, because as far as the role that a woman needs to play in your life in general, I mean, has it the role you gave her? Has it always been that, or did you is that role pretty much evolving as you evolve?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of. That's a great question. That's a great question.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. I kind of like before. Okay, so let me put it like this. I would never pretty much give her role rather than try to support where she was really wanting to be in life, right? It just so happened to work out that what you want to do and what you want to be is perfect for the role that I need you to be in. See what I'm saying? So it's like this. When we first got together, I always took care of, like, I do what I do. I take care of the bills. I get it in. But she used to work. And at one point, she worked like 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, but not because she had to, it's because she wanted. She just wanted to grind. I guess she wanted to know what it felt like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, even back then, I told her, I said, yo, you know we getting money, right? You don't really need to do that. Like, she's like, I don't care. I just want to go. Okay, cool, bet. So, but then she does that. And, women are ever changing, ever switching, changing minds, changing ideas, changing what they want to do, right? So she worked for a while, and then it came to a point in time where she wanted to stop working. Right. So I'm like, okay, you want to stop working? I understand. Let's do the math, dude. Let's make it make sense. Right. So you want to stop working. We got to take the kids out of daycare. How much money are you making? How much do the daycare cost? Is it adding up? It actually added up to where everything that she was making was only going to that anyway. So it was like, well, if you're going to stay home and you want to rock with the kids, that's cool for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not losing nothing, because the fact that you're leaving and we're taking them out of daycare is a zero balance, right? So I was cool with that. Then she wanted to get into YouTube and do those type of things. Do your thing. Nothing but support, nothing but love. Because at the end of the day, my mission and me being on it shouldn't necessarily, it shouldn't affect your ability to grow and explore life. It wasn't an idea like, I need you to sit here, take care of these kids and stay out the way. It wasn't that kind of idea. It was the idea of, hey, listen, if I'm going to be out here doing all this, I need for you to at least do this.
And that's the goal, right? Not to, pigeonhole your woman and have her building up all that resentment for sacrificing her growth for you, but to have her, fit what you're looking for, and it also be congruent with what she wants to do. Yep. And that's when she has the opportunity to really flourish in the structure that you created, in the structure, in the support that you provided.
Exactly, because honestly, I'm one of them. I do everything. Around the crib, I'll do everything. I'll cook, I'll clean, I cook a lot, get the groceries, I'll take the kids to school, I'll do all that. It was years where, bro, I'm taking the kids to school every morning. I got the dinner, I'm cooking the dinner. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting the money, bringing it to the table. On some real shit. I'm not one of those that's like, nah, these is your roles. And I'm one of those that I get shit done, right? Regardless of anything. But at the same time, that was stopping and stunting her growth, because I was doing everything. The whole point of me giving the mission and giving it to her like that was to help give her responsibility within the mission that we're in, so she doesn't feel like just a bump on the log, like I play no role here. You do play a role here. The fact that you do this allows me to do this, which gets us here. Vision, paint that picture. Empowerment. You saw, you gotta finesse it in a way. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm gonna go get what I need to get regardless of what you're doing. But it's better if we're a team, and it's better if I empower you to see your specific role within this mission. Because if you see it, then you feel a part of it, and it's like, damn, nah, we doing this. It's not just you doing this; it's we doing this. Even me and my wife, we went through some rocky shit, bro. Like it ain't even like we went through a stretch, a couple stretches, but a recent stretch where that shit was not pretty. Like I'm talking like she was in pure against what we doing type of mode. You know what I'm saying? And she'll tell you this like out of her mouth. Like she was operating at a pure masculine energy for no reason whatsoever. Like, and I'm talking about the highest that you can be as a female. Like going crazy, like not wanting to do certain things anymore, not wanting to play the role anymore. Right? But the role for her, the problem was is that the role for her used to feel like a box. Like if I'm doing this, then this is all I am. And I used to tell her, like, doing this does not make you all you are. It's just something that you do. Think about it. Like, if you was to say, yo, all I am is somebody who does podcasts and run a real estate company. That's just me. Like, and that's life. If you wasn't fit, when you got to a point where you was ready to do something different, but you subscribe to the thought process of this is me, it would make you feel fucked up. Right? You would be like, damn, what else am I supposed to be? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of our struggle in our process of getting to a space where we're at right now, I had to be super patient and super like empathetic, right, to what she was going through, while also maintaining, keeping the business going, keeping the kids straight. Because at one point she was like, "Fuck that, I'm good. You got it." You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like straight up, like just like I'm not doing anything. Like you got that. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, what do? Like, nah, fuck that. You get it, or do you step up, be a man, and do what you got to do for the moment because you understand how women are. That Superior Man book changed my life, bro. I ain't never have a book change my perspective in the way that I dealt with a specific thing like that book. Changed the whole, like, maybe that book probably kept my marriage right.
Wow. Because women is a specific thing.
Because like it engaged my it made me understand.
Yes.
I started to get the shit and I was like, oh, what is she talking about?
But see, and this is why I bring this up because, we got a fellowship meeting every Saturday and we having these same conversations because there's confusion. And I get it, especially in this society, there's confusion about what masculinity and femininity is. Yeah. We got all these buzzwords we were talking about. We got gender roles and feminists and all of these words that confuse you, but it's literally the balance of masculine and feminine energy. And the problem is confusion in what it really looks like to be feminine nowadays. And also it's confusion in what it is to be masculine, which is why we have this platform. So the thing about it is with femininity, though, many women look at their feminine essence as like weakness,
negative, yes,
as weakness, like because that's what society has somewhat done, so they can rebel against it. So what I find myself having to really do is empower women and really teach them the power of femininity and really how it actually restores and helps us move forward. So the thing about it is that the fucked up thing about society is you literally have to like break down the X's and like as a man you need to know the X's and O's to this shit.
Right.
Not only for yourself to know how to pick the best partner if you're single, but also while you navigate in a relationship, just how to be able to communicate to your woman, right, in a divine way, right, where you're able to really bring her understanding to why she needs to play the role she needs to play for the greater good of the team. And the truth of it is typically when women are allowed to play in their more feminine role and in their essence, they're usually happier, they're lighter, they're more vibrant. And when they start playing out of it, whether they think they want it or not, it's a catch-22.
Mad every day.
They're going to be frustrated as fuck because you weren't designed to move in this role. That's not how you were built. You wasn't built for no shit like that.
And even that is offensive to them.
Right.
Even when you say that.
Definitely.
That shit gets offensive. And to go to what you were saying, I use that all the time. When women are coming around me and they talk about, oh, it's harder when you in business as a woman and all this other stuff. I'm like, at the end of the day, your feminine essence is really a cheat code to business. If you really understood how to tap into it and use it, you actually have an advantage. You really do.
So wait, explain that to me, because now you fucked me up.
Right.
Explain that to me.
Think about it. You're talking about doing business, right? It's a male-dominated industry. Just say business alone. Matter of fact, let's do something specific, right? Let's say real estate, because we know real estate. Real estate is a male-dominated industry, right? As a woman, if you would use your feminine energy in a way to finesse, in a sense, right, but still understand that you bring value to the table, you can get business just off the simple fact that men like to deal with women, right?
Yeah, see, that seems like more of the skill set aspect. I think what the women are having the most issues in dealing with the institution of business, because it's male dominated and it's also white male dominated. A lot of these.
This is what I say. Who gives a fuck? I mean, for real, as somebody who's been in business for 20 years, who gives a fuck? For real, because I came in the game drug dealer. Like, white people, Asians, all doing business with me. How's it going, sir? How's it going, sir? And I'm a black guy, which is just right above the black woman if we talking how society looks at it, right? You got white man, white woman, black man, black woman, right at the bottom, right? But my mindset has always been, I don't give a fuck what nobody say or what they think. I'm going to get it because money is money. Paper is green. Business is business. And if you do good business, people want to rock with you. And the people who don't, there's 7 billion people here who would. There's so many more people who want to rock with you. That thought process is so limiting. This is why I tell them, I say, you're limiting. They're not limiting you. You're limiting you. You're talking about. They don't care. Handle your business. Give us a product. Give them something they can't deny. Not only that, let's not forget, black people spend the most in the world anyway. So if you really want to get on your business, fix your demographic. Get into a game where it is something that when you play it, you can put a stamp on it.